My name is Anna. I'm 32 years old, and I've always been a skeptic when it comes to ghost stories. But after spending a night at the Stanley Hotel in Estes Park, Colorado, in October 2024, I'm not so sure about my skepticism anymore. I came to Colorado to enjoy the autumn scenery of the Rocky Mountains, and booked a room at the Stanley Hotel because of its historical significance and connection to Stephen King's The Shining. I was assigned room 217, the very room where King reportedly conceived his novel and where strange things are said to happen. I'd heard stories about the ghost of Flora Stanley playing the piano and about ghostly children on the fourth floor, but I dismissed them as tourist attractions. The hotel even offers nightly ghost tours, so I figured it was all just marketing. I returned to my room after dinner at the hotel restaurant around 10:30 p.m. The room was cozy but old-fashioned, heavy wooden paneling, antique furniture, and a large mirror across from the bed. I was sitting on the bed reading when I heard a faint knocking sound. At first, I thought it was noise from neighbors, but the knocking was rhythmic, like someone tapping methodically on the wall. I checked the hallway empty. When I returned to the room, I noticed that my book, which I'd left on the nightstand, was now on the floor. I chalked it up to my own carelessness, but a sense of unease started to creep in. Around midnight, I turned off the light and went to bed. A few minutes later, I felt a sudden chill, as if someone had opened a window, though it was closed. I turned on the light and looked around. Everything seemed in place, but the mirror across from the bed looked oddly foggy, despite the room being dry. I approached it and noticed a faint handprint on the glass, too small to belong to an adult. My heart raced, but I convinced myself it was just a smudge from cleaning. The strangest thing happened around 2 a.m. I woke up to the sound of children's laughter coming from the hallway. It was muffled but distinct, like kids running and whispering outside my door. I looked through the peephole. The corridor was empty, lit only by dim lamps. But when I opened the door, the laughter stopped abruptly. Instead, I heard a piano playing somewhere in the distance, possibly from the fourth floor. A few slow, melancholic notes. I knew the music room, where Flora Stanley's ghost is said to play, was downstairs, not up, but the sound was too clear to be my imagination. I shut the door and decided not to venture out until morning. Falling back asleep was tough. I kept feeling like someone was watching me from the corner of the room. In the morning, I shared my experience with a staff member at the front desk. He smiled and said that room 217 often treats guests to such stories, and the laughter of children and piano sounds are the hotel's calling cards. He added that many believe the spirits of Flora and Freelan Stanley still watch over their hotel, and the ghostly children might belong to families who lived here in the early 20th century. I left the Stanley Hotel with a sense that I couldn't explain everything rationally. Maybe it was a trick of the light, old pipes, or my imagination, fueled by the hotel's legends. But that chill, the handprint on the mirror, and the children's laughter in an empty hallway still haunt me. If you decide to stay at the Stanley Hotel, be prepared for a night that might not be as peaceful as you expect.